All right, welcome back. In our last quick revision, we skimmed the surface. Today, we're diving deep. If you're prepping for that LPIC1 exam, you know that understanding how Linux actually talks to hardware is, well, it's non-negotiable. So let's pop the hood and see exactly how that magic happens. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with these kind of magic directories, then peek into how the kernel organizes info. After that, we'll look at the tools you'll use to inspect your hardware, and then figure out how to manage drivers. And of course, we'll wrap it all up with a rapid-fire recap for the exam. Okay, let's get right into it. Our first stop on this tour, 3 very, very special directories that are at the absolute core of how Linux works. I guarantee if you've ever done an //, you've seen these 3 names pop up: proc, sys, and dev. And you know, they look like folders, they smell like folders, but they are not your average folders. They don't actually store anything on your disk. And here's the big idea you need to grasp. Don't think of them as storage. Think of them as a live interactive dashboard. The files you see inside, they're being created in real time by the kernel to give you a live window into what's happening right now. Okay, so let's zoom in on 2 of those, /proc and /sys. They both give us a peek into the systems engine, but they do it in different ways, and knowing the difference is crucial for the exam. All right, this right here, this clears up one of the most common points of confusion on the LPIC1. Yeah, they both have hardware info, but think of it like this. Proc is the old, kind of messy attic where you can find everything, including info on all your running processes. Sys is the new, modern, neatly organized toolbox built specifically for hardware and drivers. And this is where it gets fun and practical. You can literally just read these files. A classic example is cat/proc/CPU info. You run that, and bam, you get a full spec sheet on your CPU right down to the nitty-gritty details, even known hardware bugs. Okay, quick pop quiz. We know proc is great for checking on running processes, but if you need the modern, clean, organized info on a device driver, where are you going to look? Hopefully you're shouting sys at your screen right now. That's the one. So we've seen the information dashboards. Now let's go check out let's call it the switchboard, where Linux actually makes the physical connections to your devices.
This is such a core concept in Linux. Everything is a file, right? Well, that includes your hardware. You don't talk to your hard drive directly. No, you write to a file in the dev directory, and the kernel handles all the complex stuff in the background. It's a really powerful abstraction.
And here are some perfect examples. dev/sda, that's not just a file name. For all intents and purposes, it is your first hard drive. You'll also notice some files start with a C and some with a B. C is for character devices, which handle data 1 character at a time, like a terminal. And B is for block devices, which handle data in big chunks, like your disks. So let's see if this clicked. Could you just, save your resume inside /dev? True or false? That's going to be a big, fat false. This place is for connecting to hardware. It's for devices, not your documents. Okay, we know the layout now. We know where the dashboards and the switchboard are, so let's grab our toolkit and learn the commands you'll actually use to see what's connected to your system. First step, lsusb. This is probably your #1 first-step troubleshooting command for any USB device. You plug something in, it doesn't work. What do? You run lsusb to see if the system even knows it's there. Now here's a pro tip, a really useful one. Add the -t flag to that command. It completely changes the output into this awesome tree view. You can see exactly how everything is connected, which device is plugged into which hub, and it even shows you which driver is being used. So handy. Okay, quick test. lspci is for your PCI devices, your internal cards and whatnot. So what's the command for that brand new USB keyboard you just plugged in? It's lsusb, of course. That's an easy point on the exam. Right. Seeing the hardware is step 1. But making it do stuff, that requires drivers. And in the Linux world, we have a special name for them. We call them kernel modules. Just think of kernel modules like little plugins or translators for your hardware. Instead of baking every single driver for every piece of hardware into the kernel, which would be huge, Linux just loads the exact ones you need right when you need them. It's super efficient. So how do you manage these modules? Well, step 1 is to see what's already running. The lsmod command gives you a perfect list of every module currently loaded into the kernel, and importantly, it shows you dependencies, which modules rely on others to work.
And here's the command you'll use to actually do things. Mod probe. This tool is brilliant. You just tell it the name of the module you want to load, and it goes out, finds it, and even loads any other modules it needs first. To get rid of one, just add the -r flag for remove. It's that simple.
Last little check here, you need to unload a module you're not using anymore. What's the command and what's the magic flag? That would be modprobe-r, and then the module's name. Got it? Excellent.
And that's our tour under the hood. Let's do a quick debrief and lock in the absolute must-know points that are going to show up on your LPIC 1 exam.
Okay, let's nail this down. Proc and sys, that's for information. Dev is for access. lspci and lsusb, that's for seeing what's connected. And lsmod and modprobe, that's for controlling the drivers. If you can remember what each one is for, you are golden.
Look, this isn't just theory for an exam, this is the real deal. This is how you drive a Linux system. So my challenge to you is this. Open up a terminal right now and start exploring. Use these commands. See what's actually going on in your own machine's engine room. Hey, let me know in the comments what you find. Thanks for watching, and seriously, good luck with your studies.